thing that doesn't make sense is the Comet S2 and the Comet S2 Cabrio. They're practically the exact same car, but they are completely different. Upgrades wise, the Comet S2 has way more customizations, and price wise, the S2 Cabrio is way more expensive, which is crazy, comparing it to other Cabrio versions in GTA 5 like the 9F, which only has a $10,000 price difference, which honestly isn't that bad, but then you look at the Comet S2 and the S2 Cabrio and it's like, why? Why $500,000? It just doesn't make sense. And the other thing is why is the Comet S2 Cabrio so much faster? If you guys didn't know this, in the game files, the Comet S2 Cabrio has a top speed of 97 miles per hour, while the regular S2 has a top speed of 97.18 miles per hour. So it should technically be faster, but when you actually drive them in game, the top speed of the Comet S2 Cabrio is 129 miles per hour, and the regular S2 has a top speed of 123 miles per hour, which just does not make any sense. I don't really know why Rockstar puts a 97 mile per hour top speed in the game files. Well, in reality, it is way faster than that in game. So the car itself just doesn't make that much sense to me. If anybody can explain it, let me know down below in the comments section. But like I said, it just doesn't make any sense. Let's jump into another one. The price of vehicles. This does not make any sense to me, and I've talked about it so much, but the Dinka Sugoi is $1.24 million, and the Adder is $1 million. In what world is a Honda Civic more expensive than a Bugatti Veyron? Just doesn't make any sense, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. Let's move on to the Shinobi, the brand new $2.4 million motorcycle. That's just stupid expensive, and it is way more expensive than some other vehicles, like for example, every single Bugatti in the entire game, along with the T20, the XA21, the RE7B, and 38 other supercars, which is just crazy. That's not all though, it's also more expensive than the Super Velito luxurious helicopter, along with 15 other helicopters as well, and also it's more expensive than vehicles like the Titan and the Rogue, and of course the beautiful Nimbus private jet, along with 24 other planes. But we're not stopping there, it's also more expensive than 12 military vehicles like the Rhino tank, the Half-Track, the Terabyte, and the Kasatka submarine, and also every other submarine in the entire game. Like, that is just crazy. A little motorcycle is more expensive than all of that stuff and more. That's just the stuff I listed. Even though the bike is good, it shouldn't be more expensive than all of that stuff. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. But we're not done there. Let's talk about the go-kart, the Veto Modern, for $995,000. A go-kart. Are you kidding me? If you guys were to spend an extra $5,000, you could get a freaking dump truck for $1 million. Think about that. A go-kart is $5,000 cheaper than a dump truck. And it's not just a little one, it's this dump truck, the giant one. But that's not all. It's also more expensive than the Z-Type, which costs $950,000. And if you guys didn't know, in real life, this car is based off the Type 57 SC Atlantic, which costs $12.6 million. In some racing games, they actually make vehicles like this extremely rare and super expensive, like Forza. I know there's like a 250 GTO Ferrari or something that's worth like 50 mil, but you know, that's not Rockstar. But anyways, the Veto Modern is more expensive than the Vestra Plane, the Elegy Retro Custom, the Paragon R, and the Insurgent. Like, it's a little tiny go-kart, and it's that expensive. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But when you actually think about it, Rockstar can't make everything in-game realistic. If they did, then the Kasatka submarine wouldn't start at 2.2 million, it would start at 150 million. But the little things like a go-kart and a motorcycle don't make them outrageous prices. You can clearly make them very, very cheap, and they don't need to be crazy expensive, because when people look at the game and they see that a motorcycle is more expensive than a nuclear submarine, they're gonna be like, what the hell is wrong with the developers? You know what I mean? By the way, if you guys need some money in GTA 5 or some credits in Forza, check out Digizani down below in the description. Get 10% off at checkout by using code Frolics. Next up, let's take a look at damage. This doesn't really make any sense to me, and I know some people are like, well, we're not going to pay $100,000 to fix our car. I know that, but still, it doesn't make that much sense. You take a car like this that is completely demolished and you bring it inside the custom shop, and it's only $405 to repair, which is really, really cheap. That isn't bad whatsoever. But then if I take the exact same car and put a tiny little ding on it, okay, that wasn't supposed to happen. I take the exact same car, put a tiny little ding on it, and then I bring that thing into the custom shop, and it's only $160 to repair the vehicle, which doesn't make a lot of sense considering a tiny little ding compared to destroying the entire vehicle has that much of a price difference. Even though that's not bad, I do enjoy that if I bring a car to a custom shop and it's completely wrecked, I'm glad I don't have to pay $10K for it. But then the thing that doesn't make sense, it depends on which car you bring. For example, you decide to buy a Benny's vehicle. You get out of the car and then you're like, oh, I'm kind of pissed off. So you decide to kick the fender, just a little bit. Barely do any damage to the vehicle. Like, I mean barely anything. Like, look how tiny that ding is. Like, it's a tiny little scratch. And you bring it into the custom shop and you see that it costs $1,000 to repair that tiny little scratch on this car. It just doesn't make any sense. And it's not only the nicer versions of Benny's vehicles. You could take a shitty one, like the Tornado, for example, put a little dent into the back fender. You can see it's really not that bad, but still, if you bring this thing to the custom shop and try to repair it, it'll still end up costing you $1,000 to repair the vehicle, which is just crazy in my opinion. Even if I grabbed the exact same vehicle but not the custom version, you guys can see I got the Tornado custom on the left and the regular Tornado on the right, even if I do a ton of damage to it, like I mean a ton of damage. Even after getting hit by a train, the vehicle can barely drive. You bring it into the custom shop, super slow by the way, like look how slow that thing is rolling in there, and it only costs $230 to repair it. Opposed to the custom version, with no upgrades or anything, still the exact same vehicle, just the title, Tornado Custom, it'll still set you back almost an extra $800 to repair a little dent on that thing compared to this thing being completely demolished. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. By the way, if you guys like how beautiful my game looks, take a look down below in the description. There's a video linked down there that'll tell you how to make your game look like this, but sadly it's only if you are on PC, so if you're not a PC player, then that kind of sucks. I would recommend getting GTA 5 on PC, by the way. It is way better than console. But yeah, the prices for repairing your vehicles doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, it's honestly pretty great that we don't have to pay thousands and thousands of dollars to repair a vehicle in GTA 5, obviously depending on what vehicle you bring in, of course, but still, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. Not saying I don't enjoy it, but I'm just saying it doesn't make sense. Another thing that doesn't make any sense to me is the animations we have in game aren't in online. Why aren't they in online when they're in the game? They would make the game so much better. For example, taking a car off the street. Instead of breaking the window, you could do this. Like you do in story mode, pick the lock, hop inside the car just like that. That would be awesome if we could do it online, but we can't. Now that's not the only animation with cars. In story mode, if you have a drop top, you can jump inside of it instead of opening up the door. Because obviously who wants to open the door when you could jump inside the car? It's awesome, and I've been doing it for a very long time on PC. I absolutely love it. Anytime I jump in, I get hyped up. I'm like, oh yeah, let's roll, baby, because it's really cool. It's way more fun, and it just looks a lot cooler than just opening a door. And it works for every car that has a drop top in GTA 5, but in online, you can't do it. And like I said, I just don't know why. It doesn't make sense to me because they're in the game, but they don't want them in GTA Online, like a lot of other things in the game. Next up is going to be some animations while fighting. Now, I'm pretty sure most of these are in online. I'm honestly not sure. I've had tons of fist fights. I've never done certain animations that I've seen here today. But you guys can see this basic one where you just dodge and then punch, that's it. That is the most common fighting animation I see in GTA Online, and that's pretty much the only one I ever see. But there is a bunch of other ones that I rarely ever see, and I'm going to show you guys some examples right here with Franklin. For some reason, they wouldn't work when I used my online character in story mode. But yeah, you guys see the basic animation right here. And then there's this animation. You dodge, and then you lean back and then smash them in the back of their head. Like I said, I've never seen this done in GTA Online. I've done it in Grand RP, but never in GTA Online. And if you know if these animations work in GTA Online, let me know down below in the comment section or tweet me a video of you actually doing the animation. Because like I said, I've never done them before and I've never seen it done in GTA 5 Online. But it is a really cool animation, and that is not the only one. There is also just a single jab animation that I rarely ever see. I think I've seen that a couple times. I'm honestly not sure, but I think that's also a really cool animation. And then there's this one, which is a very slow 2x combo. Let's take a look at that again. Look at this, one punch to the side and then another punch straight to the face. And like I said, it's very slow. It's not a fast combo, it's slow, which was kind of cool. Like I said, never seen that before either. Here's another one, right hand punch, left hand jab, and then right foot kick. Never see that in GTA Online. It's always just right hand punch, and right foot kick. That's pretty much it. And then of course that basic combo that we all get tired of. Now take a look at this combo. Look at these haymakers that Franklin throws. Boom, boom. Obviously he missed that last one, but like damn, these combos are really, really cool. And like I said, I don't think they are in GTA Online. Like I said, the only one I ever do when I'm playing is that basic combo where you just kind of duck underneath the punch and then 1, 2 real quick, just like that. Now of course there's other animations, not just fighting and car ones. There's actual ones like flexing, for example. You guys know in the interaction menu you can go to different types of animations and do dancing, all this other kind of crap, playing air guitar and all that stuff. But there's a ton of other ones like looking through binoculars, flexing, and there's actually an animation to play the guitar, like an actual guitar that's in the game. I don't know why we don't have that in online. Like, we could literally just go and scroll through the animations and have all of these. And of course, the most important one, taking our phone out. Like, come on, that would be awesome. And like I said, it's just a simple animation. It would be so awesome to have it online. There used to be ways to glitch it into online and it was really cool, but sadly it doesn't want to work anymore. And then there's other ones like laying down on the ground and sunbathing, which would be nice at the beach. And then of course, like leaning up against a tree or something like that. Like, these animations, like I said, are already in the game, but they aren't in online. And Rockstar could literally just add them to the interaction menu in the animation section, or maybe make a separate section for this because there's a lot of animations already in online. Like the mod menu I use just has regular animations, which would be like shadow boxing and all that kind of crazy stuff in GTA Online. And then they could have scenario animations where there's, like, for example, this one, which is the mime, or leaning, or sunbathing, or something like that, which are scenario actions with my mod menu. But yeah, these animations would be really awesome to have in online, and it doesn't make any sense to me why they aren't in the game already, because they are really, really cool. Anyways, that is pretty much going to wrap the video up for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see another episode, let me know by commenting down below that you want to see another episode. And with that said, I will catch you guys in the next video.